Hi, I'm DJ Sixsmith. You're watching The Sit Down. Billy Gardell's here with us. Bob Hearts Abishola.
How are you, man?
What's up, man?
Can we shake?
Yeah, let's do a little. The Corona shake, whatever you want to do.
We should
Wild
be
times we're
to each
living
other
in, right?
Space suits pretty soon, man.
How's everything going?
Really great, man. It's been a great trip up here to New York, and I've been doing a little press run here for Bob Hearts Abishola. We're coming into sweeps in the end of our first season, which is really amazing. We got our whole season, and we're looking good right now. And I want to thank all the fans who are watching our show. Thank you so much.
So what's this experience been like from when it first started to where you guys are now?
It's been really beautiful, man. You know, I was blessed enough to have be on a hit show before with Mike and Molly, and I never thought I'd be in the middle of a second one, man. You know, I have a horseshoe in my behind, is what I think it is. But Chuck Lorre said, I think I got something, and I think you're the guy for it. And it's a very sweet and a very kind show. And once I got about 9 pages in, and I called him back. I said, man, I'm in. Let's do this thing. Because it's an example of kindness and what it's like when you open your heart and your mind and learn about each other and how strong that becomes. And I think we are in need of that right now, and I'm very proud of this one. Very, very proud of this one.
It feels like Chuck Lorre just has the magic touch. I mean,
got
what's
a
the
third
deal
eye,
with him?
man.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's always about 4 weeks ahead of everybody else, and he just really gets it. And what I love too is you know, the writing, not just Chuck, but the staff that he has cultivated and continues to cultivate. You know, the writing is always just a notch above. Like our table drafts are. They're amazing. They're better than most people shoot drafts when it comes to the sitcom genre. There's a quality level over there. The bar's very high, and so it's very exciting to get a script. You're like, all right, what are we going to do now?
You want to dive right into that thing.
Yeah, and the stories are filled with heart, and you know, it's about a man who has a heart attack and wakes up, and his cardiac nurse happens to be from Nigeria. And, you know, after you have a life-threatening moment, you know, somebody strikes you, you figure, I'm going to take a chance. How long am I going to be here?
Yeah.
And her story is very beautiful. It's about a hardworking immigrant who's come to this country to make a better life for herself and her family. And that's a light that needs to be shined. And then these two people, their worlds collide, you know, and in a beautiful way, because he teaches her how to kind of lighten up a little bit. And she has a focus and a strength that I think is attractive to him. So it's a very nice give and take.
Yeah, two people from two different worlds that come together in this really interesting circumstance.
And it just has that thing, like when we get from each other, we're stronger.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what it's about.
And it's also funny where you meet people also. You never would expect that relationship would start, let alone where it happens, right?
How does it start in the NICU? Exactly.
Right. What are some of the other big concepts you've been thinking about throughout that have really stuck with you for this?
For this show?
Yeah.
I think, man, my thing is always this, man. You know, I'm a big fan of the doctor's oath. Do no harm. You know, I think, it's going to sound cheesy, but it's something I believe. I believe love and kindness are the biggest and strongest tools we have, and yet they're the last ones we reach for.
That's a good point.
And I think examples of that go a lot further than this. Was it Ben Franklin said, well done's better than well said? So I think an example is always a better than just jumping on a soapbox.
Right, and just to show people how you're going to act as opposed to what you're going to say.
Correct, and I like to this show, like as we learn about each other, sometimes you have to ask dumb questions. And you have you have to have somebody open enough to go, okay, no, that's not. You know what I mean? And so in that honesty and in that learning process, I think you just root for people that do that.
Some people don't have the humility, though, to ask those questions. Their ego gets in the way of that.
You know, I tell my son's 16, I said the best words a young man can learn is, I don't know.
Yeah.
You know how much trouble that would have saved me, man? I don't know. You don't have to be an expert.
Right, especially as guys, too, we're just like, yeah, we got this, right?
The ego gets in the way, and you learn as you get older, and that's why I try to keep imparting to them. And two most important things I tell them is, no is the most powerful word in your vocabulary. You know, trust your spidey sense, you know? And the other one is, I don't know. That's how you learn. You can't learn if you're talking all the time.
Absolutely. So when I think about your career, I mean, over 100 episodes of Mike and Molly, which is insane to think about. And also how different
TV was.
Catching a unicorn. Yeah, I mean, how different TV was back then, too.
Yeah.
What are the things you think about when you look at Mike and Molly, that run, and just looking at TV now and where it's gone?
I think about, I know that everything's transformative. You know, everybody's going to the streaming stuff. Like my kid's 16, he doesn't watch television. He watches his phone or the computer, and you know, we're all CBS is stepping towards that with CBS All Access, and we all have to get to that. I understand it keeps evolving, but I'm still a guy that I like traditional TV. Like I like knowing Sunday night 8 o'clock my program's
exactly.
on. Like
Network TV.
I'm still
you're that
guy.
Yeah.
I like my big TV, but I understand that it's transforming, and I think as long as you're putting quality content out, whatever the delivery system is, I think people will find it. I think if you put quality out, people find it because, you know, we do ads and we do promotions and we do all that, but nothing beats somebody saying, "Have you seen that
Yeah,
show?"
word of mouth is always the most powerful
So I'm still
tool.
a big believer in if you put the quality out, if you build it, they will come, right?
Yeah.
Field of Dreams.
Absolutely.
There you go.
A classic.
Yeah.
When you were working with Melissa, I mean,
Yeah.
a really special person, when did you realize she was cream of the crop, top of the chart?
You know, man, her and I have a brother and sister relationship. I love her, and I think she's special, man. The first time I read with her, you know, we read our script, and something was just there right away. And then watching her, you know, when I'd work with her, what I tried to do was react. And sometimes, you know, we would do a couple takes exactly how the writers wanted, and then they'd give her one to kind of improv because she's just got that brain, you know what I mean? But I would say, don't tell me what you're going to do, so that my reaction would be organic and
pure,
honest
yeah.
to hers. Exactly. But man, she's a powerhouse, man. Powerhouse.